And we're live. All right, guys. Welcome to HiFi Fanatics. This week we have our live stream. My name's Mike with Audio Architects. I got my co-host Giles from Home Theater Fanatics, and we have a special guest today, Michael Mansell. What's going on, brother?
Not much. Good to be here with you guys today.
Yeah, good to have you, man. So, you mentioned earlier you're in Florida. How's the weather down there? I heard there's a little hurricane action going on.
Yeah, let's just say it's very moist down here. That's kind of the word down here. It's just moist.
He said moist.
Yeah.
Right out of the gate.
He's straight first. All right,
Yeah.
boys, we're going with the moist today. All right, we see how this stream is going to go.
Yeah, hashtag moist this whole broadcast.
That's right. Mad Piranha, I blame you for the moistiness. I don't want to say moisture because that makes it sound normal.
Yes.
Moistiness.
Moistiness, yes.
And Mike, I'm a little upset because you didn't let me push my button. I actually got my button ready and everything today.
You haven't been doing it the last few streams, so I figured you gave up on it.
No, I didn't. Dude, it's like signature. It's like a must kind of do thing.
Is this something you really want to do?
Oh, please.
All right, guys. So today I am joined by my co-host Giles G. Zilla.
Okay, I feel much better. That's all I needed. That was it. I'm done.
You see what I put up with Michael? This is
I
why I
don't know.
envy you for going solo, man, because
Yeah.
that's the way to go, I think.
It
you know?
is.
I mean,
Yeah, you can be crazy and nobody actually criticizes you for it. Or you can be serious and that's your choice. But I
So,
like it, Giles. I like
There's a
it
lot
'cause-
of criticism here, just to let you know. There will be a lot.
so Michael, let's get to know you a little bit because I just heard about you about 10 minutes ago. So I didn't know who was
Michael's like, thanks.
I'm
Thanks.
like,
Thanks, Giles.
I'm like, who's going to be on the show? Oh, Michael Mansell. And I had about 10 minutes to look you up, and love the channel. You know, so Michael Mansell has his own YouTube channel.
Oh, he's a big boy. He's got his own channel.
20K plus subscribers. Loving it, man. And you recently did, and this is, I think, what piqued Giles's interest because he probably wants to go creep into your $60,000 shed, home theater shed.
Well, there's one thing in particular that piqued my interest, but we're not going to call that out because I'm a greedy bastard, and we don't even need to,
Okay, I mean, we can get it out there. Giles has a massive crush on Michael.
I do. That's what it is. It's all that hair. I don't know what to do with it, and I just watch both these guys on screen and do this for hours.
I'll refrain from running my hands through my hair.
I do it all the time. I do it all the time just to get to him, you know. All right, on. So tell us a little bit about the build, man. What's going on?
Yeah. So let me start back with the fact that I do have a YouTube channel. If you looked at it, you know, I'm my full-time gig is I'm an affiliate marketer. I'm a professional affiliate marketer. I teach it online. I'm membership based, and so I leverage YouTube. YouTube generates 85% of my organic traffic. And
Awesome.
That's pretty much what I do. I do some paid traffic, but it's mostly organic traffic because I don't like spending my dollars on paid traffic. Organic traffic is way better.
I do want to ask you about some paid traffic and what you think the impact on a YouTube channel is, because I've looked at that, and you know, you can see some people obviously, you know, pop in for some paid traffic for stuff to boost up numbers. I'm just curious. So, but down the line, keep going.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stop interrupting Michael, Giles.
Dude. So this is me. I'm all like, I can't let anybody talk. That's just
he's long-winded too. So Michael, just to forewarn you, if you're gonna ask somebody a question, you got to ask me because I'm quick to the point.
Perfect.
This guy is gonna go like 3 hours into it.
But I give you a good answer though.
Yeah, like riding on a carousel.
It really is.
There's your boy Kevin, Michael. By the way,
What's up, Kevin?
That's your subwoofer hookup right there.
Oh yeah, Kevin's a good man right there.
He is a good man.
Yes, Kevin was a big help
So
through
now
the
I'm
build.
starting to see how we all got acquainted here. Okay.
Yes, lots of connections. Well, which is kind of interesting because when I did this shed build as a YouTuber affiliate marketer, having zero experience. Like literally, you'll laugh, but my last good sound system was a good old fashioned Bose 5.1 sound, like channel sound, surround sound system. That was my last like claim to like, ooh, I had a good whatever it was, $1,400 Bose surround sound system. That was my last home theater. And so getting into the shed build, my motivation really initially wasn't, oh, I want the best home theater setup I could possibly have. It was an idea actually that my wife Lauren came up with a year ago and said, hey, we should have a home theater at our house. And I'm like, okay, first of all, I love you. You're amazing.
Yeah, that's the kind of wife we all want.
Good lady.
Exactly. It was her idea. Well, we were at a rental house for our family vacation last summer, and they had a full-blown theater in the basement, done fairly well. I mean, it wasn't the best, but it was good, and we spent so much time in there the entire week and a half we were there. She said, this was really awesome to have the family there and watching movies and shows and whatever. Let's, can we do this? And we have 3,000 square feet at our house, but there was no room that was really suitable for a good home theater.
Sure.
So I was like, yeah, we don't have space, but we've got almost an acre of property we're on. She says, couldn't we like throw a storage like shed out there, or a shipping container? Couldn't we like put something on the property and you convert it into a home theater? And I said, okay, now you're getting my do-it-yourself juices rolling there. That's really good idea. Let's explore that. And so that's kind of the direction we started heading. Well, we already have a tough shed. We already had one tough shed on our property. Stores all of our decorations we love doing parties and stuff for holidays and stuff. So we have all this stuff stored in there. So I walked in there. I thought, you know what? If we did a little bit bigger one, this might actually work. We could build another tough shed. That's when I came up with the idea of said, well, I've got a YouTube channel. I do tech reviews and stuff to help boost my ratings and my algorithm and everything for my YouTube channel for my affiliate marketing stuff. I thought I could make this into an entire YouTube project. And that's kind of why this whole thing came about. Was my beautiful wife says, why don't we have home theater? And B, I was like, let's turn it into a YouTube project.
You were like, I'll take this challenge to my manhood and
Yes.
turn it into something useful.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
So
I don't know where you found your wife, but I mean, if you ever find someone else that likes, home theater,
yeah, I'll send them your way.
send them my way.
So
Yeah,
Mike and I
sure.
have had conversations about this several times. I'm married. Mike is single, and he's a self-professed happy singleton.
Okay, that's good.
However, I know deep down in his heart, he's a lonely man.
Only if they like home theater and audio.
Exactly. And so Mike has agreed. He's like, okay, I can consider this if they will support his habit.
I think they're probably at the end of the day are more substantial foundations for a good long lasting marriage and relationship. I've been married for 8 years, and I can definitely say this was, probably a progression of putting in the work to where we got to where we are. That's a marriage counseling.
That's a whole different channel.
Yeah, that's a whole different YouTube channel for sure.
Maybe that comes under your coaching.
Hey, we just inspired you to start a whole nother.
There you go.
channel.
Definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, internet marketing and teaching it to people, and business building and affiliate marketing and teaching people, I'll go back to teaching people, really is 90% therapy and mindset, has nothing to do with actual execution and technical stuff at the end of the day. So I'm really more of a therapist than a business coach online at the end of the day.
I like it. And you'll come out of this then and looking at this show that we do with that lens of therapist on, and you'll say, oh geez, man, I don't have that. Oh man.
I don't think I charge enough at the end of the day for this one.
Exactly. Yeah, that's tough. So I think there are two things that I want to talk about, right? So kind of the non-home theater, non-tech piece of your channel, but then everybody out there wants to talk about, okay, what are the nuts and bolts and what do you got going on and that kind of stuff. So maybe let's make the crowd happy, so to speak, and maybe step through your build, the components that you have in there, and kind of the thought around those pieces.
Yeah, there's a lot of pieces, and I'll tell you, when I first started, like I said earlier, I didn't know really a lot. I love tech. I'm a techie guy. I have a ton of audio, video equipment. I do YouTube videos, obviously. So I know the tech world, but when it came to home theater, I didn't know what was good in terms of home theater. I followed various YouTube channels over the last year when I knew that I was heading this direction. And so I was watching several different creators, from, Youthman to watching Stephen Smith's videos, to other, YouTube creators out there that I was watching their content, getting ideas of what type of speaker system I was going to go with. And when I got into it and got the advice from the experts, I ended up going with full-blown triad speakers for all of my LCRs, my Atmos 4 overheads. At first it was okay, how much am I going to spend on this, to how much can I get sponsored so that I can actually afford everything that I now know what I actually want. Because I didn't even know what I wanted going into it. I just knew that I wanted a system that would be, epic. Because my whole title in the beginning was, I'm going to turn a boring shed into an epic home theater. Well, when I got into it, I realized I'm not, throwing $1,000 speaker system into this shed. That's not epic at all.
Right.
So, and then you get into it, you end up realizing like one of my Atmos, overhead silver satellite speakers is about $1,000 just for one speaker. But then when you play it for the first time, you realize, okay, I get it now. I get why you invest into good speakers. So I did go with Triad speakers. Never heard of Triad speakers before. It was actually Stephen Smith from Home Theater Gurus that recommended Triad and even gave me a hookup to be able to get Triad speakers. And then the projector is a JVC NX7 RS2000 projector, native 4K projector, which again, when I got into this, I thought, well, all projectors are 4K these days. What they're not really? They're not native 4K. You realize the price point you got to get into to even get to that point. And so was really, really glad I was able to get a little hookup on that one. But that, project, I haven't even gotten a color calibrated yet, but it looks.
Oh, it's a great projector to go with.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't know anything about anything, then that's the one, right? I mean, that's just go to the top. Like, let's skip everything.
Yeah,
well done.
But then when you get into it, you realize this is kind of like a mid-level good projector, but it's phenomenal, and I'm very happy with it. So that's the projector, and then the subwoofer, of course, I have dual GSG audio BTS subwoofers with 21-inch Eminence drivers in them. So I've got dual subs, and I did put them up in the front underneath the screen, kind of behind and underneath the screen because they're meant to go behind the screen. But I did put, just built in two little housings in the front because I really was fighting for space at the end of the day with my theater because
that's always the challenge.
It is. And, in hindsight, looking back, I probably would have gone with the 24-foot long shed. It would have been squeezing the place I was actually putting the shed. I did end up going with a 20-foot by 14-foot shed. And by the time you built it out, I was left with maybe 13.5 by 19 and change. And then built that false front wall, which is about 18 inches deep. So, what I was left with was, the back row is going to be 10 inches off the back wall. Not ideal, but no room for subs back there. So the two subs did go in the front.
And that's a mighty fine setup. I have heard probably more setups in that configuration than any other configuration. And it can create a really, really impactful sound stage.
It is.
So,
I do have 8 bass shakers that are going to go in each one of those Valencia theater seats.
Yep.
And I have it pre-wired for that. I've got a separate, what do I have? I've got the Bash 500 plate amp.
Yep.
That's going to go, I've got it already pre-wired and everything to go. I don't even have those installed yet, but after applying, balancing out aligning the subs and calibrating those out and getting them to where they're actually supposed to sound, with my acoustic panels that I built myself as well.
The connected triangles.
Yeah, the connected triangles, which I didn't realize how aggressive I was with that design, but I pulled it off.
I watched you do that. I'm all like, oh my god! About halfway through, I'd be slicing my wrist.
Seriously, that was at the end of that was like 2 days of just dedicated in my garage building those things, just redundant work. But what I was getting at is those subwoofers in that configuration. I mean, it just punches you in the chest, sends the vibrations through. And if I didn't know better, I had bass shakers already in the seats. It's just the frequencies I feel like I'm feeling in addition to hearing with that configurations, with those two 21-inch drivers in those ideal listening positions. It's just, especially there's the one scene from Ready Player One where the first
the race scene,
with the King Kong and everything there.
That's the classic scene. Everybody knows how to compare that scene.
That one, man, I had one of my friends over who was helping with the audio balancing because he kind of geeks out on that stuff. And usually I can't get him to shut up, but I don't think he spoke for about 10 minutes after watching that scene.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's the subwoofers. The screen is a 110-inch diagonal Seymour screen.
Feed me, Seymour.
Yes. So I went with the Seymour screen. It does have the velvet masking. So it's a 16:9 aspect ratio, but then it's got the Cinescope style masking.
Yeah, and you put your masking up to do.
Yeah, with the magnetic masking system, it works really well. It's super easy to take down, put back up. And
now, is that a feature of the screen, or is that a custom build that
no? That's
you did?
You buy that. Yeah, that came directly from Seymour. Yeah, so
that's cool.
Yeah, so that was really nice just to have that all integrated in there. And they said, hey, we're going to send you out the masking. I said, okay, great, cool. I didn't really know what it was other than I knew, because I kept going back and forth. Do I do a 16:9 or do I do, more of a cinescope style?
Yeah,
screen?
235 to 1 or something.
Yeah, 235 to 1. And at the end of the day, I decided go with the bigger screen so that the 16:9 doesn't feel small if I just did side masking. So that was my conclusion at the end of the day was top and bottom masking.
That is one of the probably biggest decision points that people will make when they build a theater.
Yeah.
And people agonize over that decision. And I actually flipped flopped. I was like, did one. I'm like, no, I got to change the other one.
Yeah.
So that's a tough one, especially when you change halfway through.
Right. And I just thought that was the way to go. And I'm glad I did. It definitely made a difference. And I love the masking. I don't actually, with the masking off and just watching, a good movie on there in the 2:3:5:1 aspect ratio, the gray bars, to me, it just completely kills the whole feel of I'm in a real theater. Forget that it's a home theater. I am in a theater. It's just, if you don't have that, you're generally going to feel like I don't have a finished theater. At least that's my feeling now. When I don't have the masking up, it just feels like I have an unfinished theater that I'm in.
Yeah, for me, I had the same impact. So I went from 16:9 to a dedicated 235 to 1. I do constant image height using a anamorphic lens.
Mm-hmm.
So that does the vertical stretch or the horizontal stretch, and then I use the scaler in the projector to get rid of the bars. And it does create an entirely different type of a feeling for you. So I mean, putting that masking on, that's super cool because everything just disappears, right?
Right.
Yeah, and you just have the picture.
Right, just have the picture up there, and I did go with the 110-inch. My front seats, which is our main seating position, they are about 12 feet from the screen. It's about 11.5 to 12 feet from the screen, and that 110-inch I feel is perfect. It's right at about that 40-degree view angle on the sides, and it feels. I've had people already online on Facebook. Why'd you go with such a small screen? I'm like, it's really not that small when you sit there and you're watching it, and it just feels really, really balanced. But I get it. You walk in the room and it's like, whoa, there's more wall. Why didn't you put more screen? And I don't know. I mean, the way, because I've got the speakers on the sides and they're angled, perfectly.
Oh yeah, that's the way you should do it.
In. Yeah, and that was, part of what Stephen Smith's design was for the audio design for the room, the acoustic design for the room. But yeah, I think that's a perfect size screen for that space in there. Let's see. So that screen, that's subwoofers, speakers. I
think you're down to sources, right?
Yeah, we got sources. So I've got a Denon AVR X8500 for my main receiver, and then I've got these two subwoofers are running off of a Behringer 6000.
Yep.
2-channel amp, which I really like. That works really, really well for running those. So I've got those coming off. That's my only additional amp. The LCRs, the Atmos, all the
everything's
surrounds,
off the 8500.
They're all off the 8500, and
now, is that the DSP version of the amp, or are you using a mini DSP on the?
So I'm using a mini. Yeah, I'm using a mini DSP, not the DSP version of the amp itself. Kevin said, "Yeah, I'd go with the mini DSP." Well, actually, I already had the mini DSP, so he's like, "You got that. You don't need that extra." And after fighting with the mini DSP for a couple of days, I finally got it. There's just
so Mike.
switches.
Mike might have a comment about the mini DSP because you just got one, right?
Yeah, dude, you totally interrupted Michael. He was telling us.
No, he's floating. No, dude, I gotta make it relevant.
Oh my god. Yeah, but
relevant.
Michael, I definitely feel you on the mini DSP.
Yeah,
unless you have someone showing you what's going on.
Right.
But then once you get it, you're like, okay, now I understand. So I'm going to be actually doing a video for my channel, kind of explaining to the beginner, like to the person that has never used mini DSP before. I'm going to break it down for them and tell them. At least get them to the point to where they can actually like do some adjustments.
Yeah.
Nothing crazy. Obviously not on like hard mode, but just kind of do it, and get it done, because I was lucky to have someone help me out, but a lot of people don't. A lot of people are like, who do I call? This is such a niche thing, because this isn't very, mainstream. Most people just buy their sub already built and everything, and do all, it has everything built, DSP built in, everything. So doing a DIY project, I mean, Mini DSP has, completely changed the everything of sub I'm running. I'm running a 15-inch HST15 from Stereo Integrity, and I needed that to get the low end a little bit more up, and now my measurements are falling off at like 18 hertz. So it did a great job.
Nice.
Definitely did a great job. But yeah, tell us more about your adventures with the Mini DSP.
Yeah, it was, it's similar in terms of what you're describing there, and I do tons of software. I know software. So for me, it was the connection of the hardware component with the software and knowing what settings to do in the software in correlation to what kind of hardware I have. And I think it's those fundamentals of connection points and knowing that you have everything connected in the right way, having the right crossover on or off on your Behringer amp. Is it in mono? Is it in stereo? All those, audio guy would be like, duh, that's like elementary, Michael. What is your problem? But to somebody who's not used to any type of home theater equipment or even audio equipment natively, it was a learning curve there. And I had the most frustrating thing just coming down to getting sound to pass through the Mini DSP to go out then to the amp. It's, I mean, when you can't even get sound to come out of the Mini DSP, you get like into a very angry mini me at that point and just stomping around very angrily.
I was ready to throw the thing out the window for sure.
Yeah, and it was a simple drop down that should be just in your face right there that you need to pick analog. I mean, that's how simple my problem was, that it's on some default setting that I don't even know who would use. But it needed to be changed to analog. And when I did that, it's like, oh, everything. So
somebody at the factory was like, oh, this is going to go to hell.
Yeah. And then, learning how to load up the calibration files and actually calibrating it and all that stuff and going through that with the Rue software. That was another layer of like, okay, how does Rue work with Mini DSP and so
that's when you take it to the advanced mode, when you take REW and have it create all of your different PEQ settings, and you copy that stuff over and drop. That's
with the REW. I mean, what I did was I just basically took those measurements as reference, and then used that to slowly tweak, because I had to do measurement after measurement after I probably took at least 15, 20 measurements before I dialed it in.
Right.
So I mean, it works in tandem with it, but unless what Giles just said, unless you're doing it on advanced mode, where you put in all those crazy numbers and get it to like the actual thing, and dude, you could.
Yeah, you could. I'm glad we don't have to. But I'm just saying, like, for the person just starting out that wants to get to the level, it's very rewarding when you do get it, and it is as simple as loading up your PEQ file. But to get to that point where you're loading up the PEQ file, it was a learning curve even for me, coming from more of a technical background and figuring out software on my own, and I rarely read instruction manuals. I just say, if it wasn't for Stephen Smith's, from Home Theater Gurus video, which was like an hour and 40 minutes long. I think
an hour and a half long.
Yeah, an hour and a half long.
I couldn't do it. I'm like, I know if I do this, I'll probably be okay. But it was so long. I was like, I need to get this done right now.
Right. No, and it is long, and Steven's already said he wants to redo that video. And fortunately, I have Steven on speed dial because he helped me with all the audio stuff.
I love Steven to death. He's a great guy.
So yeah, but I think I told him. Well, if he didn't know already, he'll know after watching this episode, because I told him I was going to be talking about him on here.
Let's hear the good stuff. Come on, let it out.
I think it was about 45 minutes into the video, and I'm like really trying to figure everything out and get it set up. And it was like the third time I was going through it to really, because the first couple of times, I got this. And then you're like, wait, no, I don't have this. And then you rewind and go forward and rewind and go forward and rewind and go forward to get the actual part you want. I literally fell asleep twice. Like, because I was sitting in the Valencia Theater seats reclined and with my laptop out there on the carbon fiber little tray right there. And I'm just like, oh, I got this. No, I don't. Oh, and then Steven would take a drink of his water because he's drinking like right there next to the microphone. He's like, gulp, gulp, gulp. And I just wake up and I'm like, oh, wait, I'm back. What did I miss?
He did that on purpose.
I think he did do it on purpose.
It was brilliant.
It was like a pattern interrupt and just like, boom, I'm awake. Okay. So anyway, yeah, I really, really appreciated that video because I would have just hired a expert to come over probably if I didn't have that video.
Yes, Steven's a very knowledgeable guy.
Very knowledgeable.
I enjoy his videos, and he helped me out a lot when I was doing my very first DIY sub build. I did the hammer, which was
Nice.
his design, and that kind of catapulted me into the DIY world, and now I'm just going crazy. So yeah, Steven's a great guy. Down in Louisiana, love it.
Yep.
Hopefully he's okay too, because hurricanes are hitting all you guys over there. But
yeah, there was actually one time when I was needing his help, and he's like, I can't right now, Michael. There's a hurricane coming through. I'm like,
yeah, same thing, same.
Lame excuse, dude. I've got an important theater build right here. What's
So how long from beginning to end? How long did it take you to?
So the planning stages was, from the beginning of this year I was planning it, but it wasn't until May that we pulled the trigger to get the shed built.
Right.
We actually purchased it back in December, had to actually get it permitted. I did permit it as a shed. So by the time we got all that stuff, then COVID hit and everything kind of halted. So it was May that I built the theater shed. The actual shed portion was built in May. And then minus a month that we went to Park City, Utah to get out of the Tucson, Arizona heat for the summer. There was a month I was gone, but literally from the end of May, beginning of June until when we came here to Florida, which was October 15th-ish, I was in there building out the shed and doing it. So I would say probably a good solid 2.5 months of
That's not bad at all.
Really in there doing work, in connection with all the online work that I do. And fortunately I do, my entire businesses are all online. So it's just, there's some days that I was sitting there with my, drill doing something while responding to people here. So I was multitasking, building the shed while still building my businesses and running all my businesses online.
Right on. So tell us a little bit about what you do online. I'm kind of curious about, obviously that you mentioned you teach people about affiliate marketing.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah. If you can just kind of scratch the surface. I mean,
sure.
You don't have to give away all the trade secrets.
No, it's
salivating for them, but
and I was sitting there for the longest time. So about 4 years ago, I was sitting there saying, man, if I only had that YouTube channel, if I only had that following on Facebook, if I only had, that person's charisma, that ability to get on video, if I even knew how to properly do videos, then I would be a successful affiliate marketer. So I get where people are starting from. So I realized that when I went from being that guy who was complaining about not knowing how to do it, or I didn't have what somebody else had, I just made a decision one day and said, you know what, Michael, you know so much already. You just need to actually apply what you already know in the affiliate marketing world, in the YouTube marketing game. You already know, instead of complaining what you don't know or what you don't have. And within 30 days, I went from making, about $2,000 a month in affiliate marketing, just marketing stuff here and there, to actually having my first $40,000 a month. So I thought, you know what, this actually really works. I can, so I literally went and I had a website development company that I'd built up until that point that was very successful, about 150 clients. And I literally referred them all out. Over the course of about 2 months, I referred them out to other web guys that I knew.
Wow.
And went full time.
You're like, I'm done with this. I'm out.
Yeah, I did. Because, it was, and the beauty in affiliate marketing is you can cut very, 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 large margins of profit in affiliate marketing because you have very, very little overhead. And a lot of it can be outsourced as well. So you can really keep some of your costs down, even outsourcing instead of having employees and brick and mortar, and the flexibility is amazing. So I loved it very quickly. It really transformed my wife and I's lifestyle, what we were able to do. Bought my dream car, which was a Corvette Z06 that I dreamed about since I was 6 years old, and so it really transformed our lives. So I thought, you know what, this is amazing. I don't want to just be the only one with the success. I want to teach it to other people. So that's when I decided to really start building up. I built up a Facebook group and started teaching affiliate marketing. And a lot of the businesses that I promote and the products I promote have a 2-tier affiliate program. Like most people with Amazon affiliate links, you're just, you refer an affiliate link and you get a percentage of whatever that sale product is. But there's a lot of digital education products online that will have a 2-tier affiliate, meaning that if I sell the products and the courses to people and then they get an affiliate link and they go and sell it to people as well, I get a small percentage of everything that they do. So then I said, okay, that's a good business model. That's how I'm going to get paid for my time and energy that I invest to actually teach to people, because it's not really an easy thing to do, to teach other people what you're passionate about.
Right.
So just for clarification for folks, so there might be people out there saying, what the heck is affiliate marketing?
Right.
And what even is that? And I guess at a very elementary level, you enter into a relationship with someone like Amazon or another company that sells a product,
right?
And you then advertise the product in some way, and if people purchase that product through your advertising avenues, then you get a percentage of that sell, and which is basically what every YouTube channel does at a basic level, right? So they're not saying, okay, I'm going to take this product and I'm going to run ads with it with my links and that kind of stuff. They're just like passively like, okay, there's a link in my video, click it and I'll make a percent or something. But that's the general idea. You're like a professional marketer for products. And that's the skill is all in how do you present products out to people? How do you create attractive ads? How do you reach people and get the message out?
Right.
Am I getting it right?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what affiliate marketing is literally marketing other companies' products for a percentage of the sale. But you're not tied, you're not employed by any of them.
There's no inventory.
There's no inventory. Yeah, you never have to stock anything. It's not like you got a garage full of Melaleuca products. You got to go out there and, panhandle to your neighbors, friends, and family. It literally is, and that's why I leverage YouTube, because it's a way. Now, a lot of my YouTube videos on my channel are really specific to the programs that I'm promoting. So what I'll do is I'll pick a trending or a solid, it has to be trending and have high level of, integrity and good backing and quality products. But when I find one of those, then I'll take that and then I'll position my videos where people are already searching for that content, and then people connect with my videos and then they purchase through my links. And then, I help and teach other people exactly how I did that and recommend programs and products that are trending. So Home Depot, Best Buy, they all have affiliate programs. You can literally go and just scroll down to the bottom of the footer and say, oh, there's affiliates. And then you click on it and you submit. And some companies are more strict than others, and some are what they call pay to play. So you actually have to own some resale rights in the company to be able to sell them, much higher margin, percentages of profits when you're doing it that way. But yeah, at the core level, it's just marketing other companies' products for a percentage without ever having to be employed by that company.
That's cool. What I've noticed over the past couple of years is that sales funnels are becoming a lot more popular. Now, this is something that I think people, how can I put this? Some are legit, some aren't. I've actually purchased a class, on certain types of marketing, stuff like that, and I enjoyed it. I thought it was great. I think for the value, it was like maybe $30, $40. Of course they had they got this level and then that level, but I just went with the normal level. I didn't have the bankroll to go crazy, but just from that small, and I remember telling you about this, Giles, just from that small, this class at this young guy who is probably 19, 20 years old and has, his plaque, his YouTube plaque on the wall, has that ClickFunnels, what do you call that, award, selling over the record dollars. A kid, a kid, and we're all in our 30s and 40s, and this kid is just doing it, and I actually got value out of what he was providing. So a lot of people are sometimes turned off because they're like, I feel like it's a scam, but people gotta understand. I mean, yeah, there's going to be the bad apples in the bushel of the tree, but for the most part, a lot of people are just trying to put out content wholeheartedly and with good intention. And I think people should be consuming this because it costs a little bit of money, but what's going to take you 2 years of reading like 30 books, these people are condensing into these master classes. So
absolutely, and you're right on with that. I'd love to make you spokesperson for some of my marketing, because a lot of people don't get that. All they're doing is sitting there on their couch complaining, oh, the rich are just getting richer and the poor are getting poorer. Well, it's because a lot of the poor have a poor mindset and they're sitting there complaining that everything's a scam, when the people that are making it in life are actually taking risks. They're taking an opportunity and making it into something rather than going into it with fear and anxiety and doubt and fear. Well, my cousin's uncle's nephew got scammed by somebody online, so the entire internet is a scam. It's like, okay.
Well, I was telling Giles about this YouTuber named CoffeeZilla, and he kind of polices the bad apples, you know. And I've seen his stuff, and it's entertaining, and it's informative, because there's a lot of people that, you know, have deceiving ways of doing business.
Right.
But yeah, as long as you stay away from those people and just go with the people that are actually, you know, trying to help, you know, because you did it. You did it yourself. You made them money, and you did it and now you're trying to teach people how to do the same thing.
Right.
So there's no like, oh, I'm broke, and then I'm just going to teach you how to get rich. Those are the ones that we got to watch out for.
Exactly.
The ones that are broke.
That's why I think it's funny that people are not taking opportunities online or in life in general, because they're listening to their broke friend tell them, oh, that doesn't work. I'm like, okay, well, why are you listening to a broke friend on how to make money online? It doesn't make sense. Why don't you listen to somebody who's actually doing it?
Yeah. Yeah. That's one thing I heard. It was like a good saying. It goes, don't ever take business, money or relationship advice from someone that's broke and single.
Yep.
So that's why I kind of keep quiet about things like that.
I'm definitely going to come to you for relationship advice.
Yeah, don't come to me for any of that stuff, because I'll tell you, hey, blow your money on the most expensive speakers and just find a woman that likes audio. So that's why I'm broke and single.
Well, and at the end of the day, I admire a lot more people that actually go out and are trying something, like anything at least. And even myself, I haven't been perfect in programs that I've promoted online and in businesses that I've chosen to promote online. There's some that I've promoted and the company didn't succeed for whatever reason, or they didn't live up to the, you know, the expectations that they started out with. And it just, you know, kind of, you know, the program didn't last, it crashed and burned. Doesn't mean that I was out, you know, scamming anybody. It's just that some things, there's businesses that do fail, products that don't, you know, come through. How many Kickstarters have we bought into that showed up and you're like, oh yeah, I got a smartwatch that's, you know, 2 years late and I've had my Apple Watch for a year now. Who needs this?
Well,
it's just like time changes.
I'll tell you what, man. I mean, I think YouTubers are probably going to be one of the best potential clients for you, because a lot of times when YouTubers are doing this and they get monetized and everything, affiliate marketing is their lifeblood.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
It's really their lifeblood. So I think it's kind of intriguing to kind of be a coach in that realm, in that ecosystem, because you know, a lot of times I didn't know about Commission Junction. You know, I didn't know about Giles was the one that taught me about the Amazon stuff. You know, I was just I'm like, hey, I want to start a YouTube channel. Let's get crazy. But he's like, no. There's ways to make money here. You know, like, so I'm like, okay, cool. Teach me. So Giles taught me what he knows. And now I can only.
And I'm just scratching the surface.
I think you are. I think that what Michael knows about affiliate marketing could, you know, potentially with our platforms could make us a lot of money. You know, so we're gonna have to, Michael. We're definitely gonna have to. Do you have any scholarships or?
So Mike just went from I didn't know much about you 10 minutes ago to let's. You're the best thing ever. See?
Yeah. No, I want to.
You have that charisma, man.
It's just learning from everybody and consuming stuff. You know, I was homeschooled all 13 years growing up. So from the first year of school, I learned very quickly that whatever you want to do in life, you go out and teach yourself. The other thing that I learned early on was you don't have to learn everything there is to know about something to start becoming successful in it. You just need a slight edge in it to get ahead. Sometimes just getting ahead of competition, but it is just getting that edge and getting ahead on things little by little without sitting there thinking, oh, I perfected it. So the fact that, you know, you guys are doing even a little better, Giles was, you know, learned what he learned, applied it, and then taught you, I just think is really incredible, because that's what it takes, is just that little bit of information progressing forward every single day, instead of most people just sit there and say, well, I don't know everything yet. I can't actually post anything online. I can't upload my first video. I'm like, no, upload 50 videos while you're learning the rest.
Well, I mean, all I heard there was Giles is incredible.
Well, I mean, don't give him too much credit, Michael.
Yeah, I won't. That's the only one for tonight. He'll have to invite me onto another show to get more.
Only because I had to beat the information out of him.
Oh, so well, I was going to say, Mike, I've got a whole 16 videos series that I just gave to Stephen Smith, who's applying it now to rank his new video he's got it going online. You seem like a pretty cool guy. I might send that to you. It's a course I normally sell for $2,000, but I might slip it to you so you can learn.
Yeah, because I got to get the one up on Giles, you know?
Yeah.
Giles
isn't getting it.
Yeah, I don't even, I just put my stuff out there like spaghetti. I'm like, one of these will stick.
Giles rolls the dice. He plays craps. It'll YouTube channel.
That's funny because all I saw was sauce in the wall.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. I have way too much sauce.
Yeah, that's all right. We all need a little bit of sauce. So, but yeah, that's the extent of really affiliate marketing. And then, I teach that. I started a company last year called Affiliate Marketing Pros, AMP, and I just help people amp up their YouTube videos, amp up their income, amp up their bank accounts, amp up their life, and become more of an official affiliate marketing professional instead of just I've got a link in my YouTube video, I'm going to hope for the best.
Yeah, I need your help.
Yeah, you'll have some converts. It'd be interesting. We can watch the progression, right? Maybe we can create like a dial, the success dial.
The success dial.
Right. And then you start out at one.
Wait, Giles, hold on. I think I'm onto something. I think you and I would be excellent testimonials for Michael.
That's true.
Because let's just say we stop everything right now where we're at. We take all of our our statistics and our analytics, and then we study what Michael has to offer, and then we go from there. And then in 6 months to a year, we can revisit this whole situation and be like, hey, Michael, I'm driving a brand new Audi. Giles is over here with a brand new Maserati. We're doing great.
I have a driver. I'm driving.
Yeah, I probably would have a driver.
When I've arrived, I don't drive anymore.
Yeah, no, I would love to see that. I mean, it's the success of other people now that really gets me going now, because I've been there, I've done that, and I continue to do it day in and day out. It's a lot more passive now. And it's just cool to see, a single stay-at-home mom that's trying to make it, and they do a little bit of stuff. And even if it's just they made $500 their first month, that's a car payment for them, or some of them it's their rent payment. It's just really cool to be able to see what people can do at whatever level. It doesn't.
Well, there's always a good feeling with pushing people towards success.
Yeah.
And being the source of that success, it has to be just the best, head rush and high you could possibly ask for, because people are probably like, thanking you, hey, you changed my life. Your program helped me become a better person. But the thing is, you hit the nail with the hammer though earlier. People have to want it.
Mm-hmm.
I just put in my hours at work. I got home. I'm doing this. After this, I got videos to film. I'm not going to get to bed till like 3 or 4 in the morning. Then I have to wake up at 9 in the morning to take some calls and do some more like side hustle stuff. Then I have to go to work again.
Wow.
So like I don't rest. Like when I get a chance to watch a little bit of Netflix, I cherish those moments so much. I maybe get in one show. If I can get in one show and be like, okay, I watched, episode of Designated Survivor or something like that. I like those shows, but that's what you got to do. You got to put in the time. And this is what I love Gary Vee, by the way. I'm a huge Gary Vee fan, because he is all about grinding and hustling and crushing it and all this stuff. And he has a point. Like, you don't kill yourself, don't bring yourself out. But at the same time, you can't just sit there and wait for it to happen. You can't. Right. And you know that. I mean, everybody knows that. Giles knows that. Giles does the same thing. He puts in he has a career, and then he has his side hustle, and then he has the, other stuff. And
I have a family too.
Right. That's a whole nother level. Yeah. The family. Level, yeah. And I have a lot of respect for that, because I remember when I was risking getting fired at my day job because I was trying to do my side hustle and taking phone calls for a completely separate business on the clock, which was completely wrong. But I mean, I remember that balancing act and feeling like, oh, my job that's paying on the bills is getting in the way of what I'm actually passionate about doing, what I'm really, wanting to build on the side. That's my own creation. And at some point you got to just go for it and break away from it to really go after it. But I mean, there's that transition period, or that period for a long time, where you're doing that extra hustle, you're doing that extra discipline. And most people don't understand that's what it's going to take. And that is one reason why I don't like the stigma. There is a lot in the online income generating niche where the marketing is really steered towards, oh, just click 3 buttons and you've got, 10 grand a month showing up in your bank account.
There's no get rich quick. There is no get rich quick, man.
Right. There isn't. And I still, no matter how much stuff I show people and teach them, 2 weeks later, there's like, I haven't made any money yet. I'm like, okay, well, what have you done? Well, I watched your video. Okay, that's not going to make you any money. It made me money, but it's not going to make you any money.
You're like, thank you for watching, but
thank you.
We got to apply this information.
You got to think that's like going to college and then going to the dean of admissions and going, hey, I just paid 80 grand for this education. Where's my money?
Right.
It's like, no, this is just the foundation.
Right. Exactly.
Then you have to build on the foundation, you know?
Yep.
You're giving them the tools.
The other
they got to
analogy
build it.
I use is, just because you went down and bought a Porsche, if you leave it sitting in your garage and never drive it, it's not my fault that you're not going to your Porsche and driving it. You just purchased the goods for me. You have every single ability and success sitting right in front of you. It's just a matter of, are you getting in the driver's seat and start driving? Or are you just going to sit there and look at it because you're too afraid to get behind all that horsepower?
Right.
So there's, like I said, I teach a lot more mindset stuff than I do technical stuff. The technical is actually easy. It's this right here.
People need to get out of their own head.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep, they really do. For sure. I could talk about that stuff all day long in terms of affiliate marketing stuff, because that's what I do day in and day out. But I want to correlate this back to this whole YouTube project with my shed conversion, because I came in with a YouTube video, and I just published it a few days ago. It's already on the page 1 for home theater, like the keyword home theater. If you type in home theater in YouTube, my video is popping up there.
Oh, that's
on
cool.
The home page of just home theater. Of course, home theater shed. Thanks. It pops up as well. But I literally applied the same stuff that I do for my affiliate marketing videos to my home theater video. And my channel is never had a home theater video on it before. That's not my audience. Home theater is not my audience at all. But
yeah, so cool, I'm gonna pop this up because I looked at this earlier, and I think this is probably something people would want to see.
Yeah, Michael, you're gonna have to give me the secret sauce on that, because my videos are not getting that love I want them to get.
So this is what, incognito unsigned in Windows, so you're not getting my junk.
And nobody wants
home theater.
Really,
this is the magic, right?
You really search for, Giles.
Boom. Yeah. You don't want to see that search history. Oh, there he is.
There it is, right there.
There he is.
Damn.
So number 1 out of all the home theater videos. And what was it? Scroll up there, you can see that it was published 4 days ago.
4 days ago, yeah.
It has less than 7,000 views right now, but keep in mind, my audience is not home theater at all.
Giles is looking for one of his.
Well, I did it earlier today, and mine was like the 4th one down. So I was gonna be like, oh, there's mine, but it's not.
Not today, Satan.
Well, that's the thing that other people don't realize. Like, oh, it's on number 1, and they look the next day and like, where did it go? So there's some strategies.
Oh, wait a second. Well. This guy right below you has gotten 2.8 million views. What is he doing?
Oh, that your average consumer, that video has been around for a good little chunk of time. It's been
a year. Yeah. It's been there for a year.
It's been humming along. Yeah. So that's a good one.
You got all your usual suspects on there.
Right.
I am surprised your stuff isn't on there, Giles, because usually when I search for home theater stuff, you pop up right away.
Yeah. Here I like this. The people also watched. Bill Montage, you get a people also watched.
Yeah, that is good. And
yeah,
there's my theater. That's mine right there too. That's Sarkis he featured my home theater in his.
Yep.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so he his niche is just home theater tours.
Right.
Over
he features
over.
other, which he's got a cool process. It was very creative how he set that up. And
well, it's got to be tough during this time, because like not a lot of people are like, hey, come to my house and hang out with me.
Well, and obviously he didn't come to my house, and my home theater actually wasn't even done when he wanted to do my video. So it's amazing that we pulled off that video to begin with.
That's super cool.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, congratulations on being on the first page. That's cool.
Yeah, it just got there, I think, earlier this morning, and it's gone up about 2,000 views just today. So it's definitely getting some traction there on the home screen, or on the first page there.
Oh yeah, if you can make it up there, then boom.
Yeah, well, and the real place you want to be is the suggested videos. It's that watch next video, which is I'm still working on that video. But what I have done over the years is I've leveraged tech videos every now and then in just kind of like sticking it in with all of my affiliate marketing videos. And I'll get, like, my one wheel video has almost 400,000 views now, and doing videos like that, it's interesting because it's what I enjoy tech. In fact, I even got into internet marketing because I needed to be able to afford my tech addiction. So it's cool to be able to mix my true passion of tech and buying electronics and camera gear and all that stuff that I enjoy doing in photography in with my other passion of helping people succeed online, and just blending those two together. And
do you blend those videos into the same channel?
Yeah, it's all in the same channel. I only have the one YouTube channel, so it's all in the same channel. And I may break out into another channel. I don't know if you guys know who Daryl Eves is. He's the producer.
Sounds familiar.
He's the creative mind behind Mr. Beast channel. He co-owner of Vid Summit.
Okay.
That guy's a baller then.
Yes.
Oh, Mr. Beast. Oh, I was just watching his T-shirt video live stream. I don't know if you. I'm just like, oh god, $40 a pop, and they just keep going and
fly out the door.
It's
but
it's amazing.
The reason I mentioned that is because he was like, you need to start another channel, Michael, because I was getting some personal coaching from him earlier this year, which is interesting because a lot of what he teaches is really, really good stuff, but it's very specific to a certain type of niche. And at the end of the day, you got to go with what you're passionate about, what you're doing, and if it's working, it's working, and keep going with it. And that's kind of what I did, and that's why I stuck with one channel. And then to bring in a home theater stuff that doesn't have anything to do with my channel and get sponsors for it. So that's another aspect of this with my whole shed, and that's why I even did the URL for shedcinema.com, because I've got some of my sponsors that are out there now pushing the video, and they'd say, hey, you can just have a URL. I'm like, sure, shedcinema.com. That makes it easy enough to get to the YouTube video. But getting Valencia Home Theater to sponsor my theater seats when they didn't know me from Adam, and Giles and I had a conversation about that. It's cool what you can do if you just, rather than saying I don't have any connection, it's just saying I can make a connection, and you just go for it.
Right on. Yeah, that's definitely amazing.
It's a good inspiring story. I like it, and because it's a concrete reality. It's not a kind of aspirational item. This is what I did. This is what's going on. It's good.
Yeah, and I'm really nobody different than anybody else, other than I don't take no for an answer for a lot of times. That really does help in a lot of aspects. But it's just going out there and doing something with it, getting it sponsored, and then I was able to then say, okay, I'll still spend my 15-20 grand, whatever I was going to spend on a nice, cool home theater, and then turn it into maybe a $60,000-$70,000 theater by adding on the sponsors. And I did that just because I did have a YouTube channel. When I first started this, I think I had about 16,000 subscribers, but it had nothing to do with home theater. And I was still able to get the attention of these home theater people, and I learned a lot from them in the process. So now I've got a lot of great connections in the home theater industry, thinking, do I start my own home theater channel? I don't know. I'm still going back and forth.
Well, one thing I will say is in the amount of time that you have been putting in your time learning the home theater world, you can talk the game now, because it is not a novice kind of situation when you start talking about mini DSP and your PEQ and REW
and your 4 ohms versus your 8 ohms.
Yeah, there's a immense amount of knowledge that you need to understand to be able to do that. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
So kudos, man. Kudos.
Thanks. I still
Gold stars.
Still feel like a massive novice, still learning stuff. And the crazy thing is, because we came to Florida right after I finished it, got all the footage. I literally was editing that footage while I was here in Florida, and we've watched what, 3 movies in our home theater, so we haven't even really gotten to enjoy it yet.
It's not even broken in yet.
It's not even broken in yet. But the few movies we've watched, it is. I mean, even Steven said it. He said, I want this to be a theater that when people come there and they watch a movie, this is the home theater they're going to remember when they go to think about building their own, or even have the idea of dreaming about that. And that was really cool that we were able to pull that off, from the audio to the visual to the acoustic sound balancing of everything. In fact, when I balanced all the speakers for the first time, it was kind of crazy. It's like, Steve, I think I did something wrong. It doesn't feel as boomy and full. He goes, you mean it doesn't sound as muddy? I'm like, oh, that's what it's supposed to sound like.
Yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, so.
Man, yeah, we could probably go back and forth about this for hours.
Yeah, we could, but you guys have me on anytime you want. You guys are fun to hang out with.
I appreciate that.
We're pretty wild.
So let's plug, Mike. Let's do the plugs. Selfless promotion.
Right on. Well, it's not really selfless. I have a purpose this month. So Giles has tasked me with.
I've challenged you. I threw the gauntlet down.
With hitting 1,000 subscribers this month. So at the beginning of the month, I think I was at 680, something like that. I'm at 748, 49. I'm almost at 750, I think.
Nice.
I'm pushing hard this month because we're doing a celebration giveaway at the end of the month for Giles hitting his 10K on Instagram and
10K, 10K, 10K.
Nice.
I'm going to be hitting my 20K.
Yeah.
I'll be hitting my 20K on Instagram and my 1K on YouTube. I only started my YouTube channel about 6 months ago, though. So I'm trying to build it. I'm trying to get good content out there. And from what I've noticed, it's a lot of just consistency and putting content. Mm-hmm. Eventually it sticks, you know?
Yeah.
But I definitely want to pick your brain, Michael, about that, because I think that I probably could be optimizing my SEO a little bit better, and maybe doing some hashtags that I'm overlooking, you know. So yeah, that's definitely a conversation we could have later. But yeah, let's get me to 1,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so that way we can do an awesome giveaway. Definitely go follow, you know, and subscribe to Michael's YouTube channel and check out that amazing. All you have to do now is just type in home theater on YouTube, and he pops.
It'll be the first one. It's easy to
It'll be
find.
the first one. Follow, subscribe, and then obviously Giles, Home Theater Fanatics. Giles wants to hit 20K by next month, right, Giles?
That'd be nice. But just a little more detail around the December 1st live stream. So it'll be a normal Tuesday night live stream, first one in the month of December. And at this point, we've got sponsorship from Alcon's Audio, Acura, Superior Audio, GSG, SVS, Start Sound, Kef, and also we'll be giving away some items ourselves as HiFi Fanatics. So we've got, you know, Alcon's is doing 3 gift cards. Acurus is doing a sweet T-shirt and a gift card. Superior Audio is doing a yet undisclosed pair of speakers, so we're not sure exactly which ones yet, but they'll let me know eventually. GSG is going to do a flat pack, so an 18-inch Marty roundover flat pack, which is awesome. SVS is going to do some sound path isolation feet. Stark Sound is giving away a 7-channel amplifier, home theater amplifier, so it's the D7300. Which is freaking baller, thousands of dollars right there for you.
I already got dibs on that.
Yeah, I bet you do. That's really cool. Kef, I talked with Mr. Sharkey over there today, and he's going to give away some undisclosed swag. So I'm not sure exactly what that is, but we're getting some swag from Kef, and he's going to. And most of these folks will be coming on the show as well to to say hi to everybody, and it's going to be a fun stream. You have to be watching to win. So, check out the link below. I'll drop it in. It's a gleam.io sign up. Make sure you sign up there, but you need to be on the stream. You must be present to win. So,
you know what I think is going to be cool, Giles? If I hit the 1,000 during the stream.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That would be really cool.
That would be cool.
If we could just kind of see what, keep refreshing, and then boom.
Yeah, so we'll be giving away something like
cooler if I hit it beforehand, but
we'll be giving away something like every 5 minutes. So I'll also be giving away an Eminence 18-inch Neo Pro Tour driver, Eclipse Bluetooth speaker, and a Sofa Baton remote control, which is kind of weird. But there'll be a Sofa Baton universal remote. But remember, you have to be watching to win, and we're going to give away prizes amongst our 3 YouTube channels. So Audio Architects, make sure you're signed up there. Make sure you're a subscriber. Home Theater Fanatics and HiFi Fanatics. So you'll want to be subscribed to all of them, and you'll want to be watching on all of them, because we're going to cycle through the 3 channels and pick a winner as we go through the prizes of people who are in live and commenting and say, hey, yeah, I heard you call my name. I want that prize. So very important. It's going to be super fun. I love to give stuff away.
Very cool. I have a giveaway too. Can I give a plug for my
giveaway? Plug your stuff, man. Plug it all.
Okay, well,
because I signed up for this one already.
I know you're already in the Giles already wants. He's like messing me. I was like, hey, you don't have to really just pick me, right? It doesn't have to be random, does it? Yeah. So interesting enough, in order to get Valencia Home Theater's initial attention, I went ahead and just bought a 3-console unit from them, and then so I decided to give that unit away, because then they ended up sponsoring my video and hooked me up with the seats. And so they still mailed it out to me. So I have in my garage, brand new in the box, is a 3-console Tuscany Valencia home theater set. So it's 3 seats with that center drop down console, which is kind of cool that they make. It retails for about $4,000. So I'm giving that away.
Power headrest, power recline, charger,
power
the blue
lumbar.
LED lights. I mean, it's really
power
cool.
lumbar.
Dibs.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's a lot of
some
bibs out
competition over there.
So
We'll fight for it. I've got instructions on my my video. You can go to shedcinema.com or just search home theater on YouTube and you'll find me as well. But just go and watch my shed conversion video and follow instructions that I give at the end of that video on how to enter into that. I'm picking the winner on December 10th. So December 10th, I'm picking a winner, and I'll be posting another video giving a full review of the seats and announcing the winner on that video as well.
Definitely, we'll definitely remind our audience to go sign up for that, because that's that's a $4,000 setup right there. That's cool.
Yeah,
right.
And I'm going to mail it to anybody in the United States. I'll just mail it to their doorstep. It was really tough not taking it out of the box, but I thought, you know what, they're already packaged up their box. They're brand new. I'll leave them in the box.
Yeah, why not, man?
Yeah, ready to ship out.
Cool.
Right on.
Well, I think we've hit our time.
Yeah, Michael, thank you so much for being on the show. We appreciate it and appreciate your time.
Absolutely.
Had a great conversation, and I am excited to talk more with you about all the cool stuff you're up to.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking forward to helping
you
guys out.
Whenever you want to tell more stories, we're always here for you, man.
Perfect.
Yeah, man. Love to have you back.
Yeah, I'd love to be back on sometime.
Cool.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us. We will see you next Tuesday for another edition of HiFi Fanatics Tuesday Night Hi-Fi. And Michael, stick around after the show so we can talk. All right.
Peace out, everybody.